Hello and welcome back to Scion the Tower, or welcome to Scion the Tower. If this is your first time joining, if it is, thank you so much. If this is not your first time, then you are aware of the chaos that has already ensued in the past couple of sessions. I have a feeling that this chaos is going to continue to ensue, but before we dive headfirst into the chaos, I think it's very important to understand the real carriers of the chaos, the people who are going to be bringing you all the entertainment. And so let us introduce the cast yet again. And this time, I think we'll start with Zach. Tell us who you are, pronouns, what you do, and who you will be playing, please.
I am Zachary Naldret, he, him. I pretend to uh, write TTRPGs for books. Occasionally, people actually pay me for that, which is nice. And tonight, I will be playing Bodhi Lee, Scion of Terror of the Palace.
Thank you very much. And now, Crow, if you would, introductions, please.
Hi, I'm Crow. I do a bunch of stuff around here and also on the internet. You probably will see me in a lot of different places. And you've probably seen me in a bunch of different games on this channel and are probably gotten sick and tired of seeing me every single time. Hello, hi. Yes, I do play that one black character in that one game and also Storytell in that other game. I will be playing Nolan Peters, a Scion for the Greek Pantheon and son of, unfortunately, Ares.
And I think we'll start with you, Nolan. It is now Friday. Last Monday, or this past Monday, your dear friend Billy was supposed to be returning. Billy is one of the scions in your band. However, she has a habit of being sent away on weeks, sometimes even month-long missions. But she always comes back, y'all get together, kind of like reminisce about the old times, talk about like how you're this transition of like, do you still eat? I still kind of eat, but I don't know if I need to eat. It's like figuring out this together.
Right.
And you know that she was supposed to show up Monday. But Monday comes, you don't hear anything from her. You go to her house, no one's there. Things happen. Maybe like a plane was late or yada yada yada. Tuesday comes, nothing.
Hmm.
Wednesday, Thursday, you even go look for Bodhi, cannot find him. It is now Friday morning, and two of your friends have been MIA for the better part of 4 days.
I think um, he was worried before, um, but it's also that type of worry of like, but they're also like Scion, so they should be fine, but also. I think by the time this day comes up, he's already taken off the robe. He's put on clothes. He's put
Hmm.
down his coffee. Okay, I definitely do have to let me go. Let me see. He might know something. Um, and usual goes through like the different bathhouses, uses that gate to go through point A to
Hmm.
point B. Um, talking to a few people. Hey, I guess my group wouldn't be here today. No, it's still early. They wouldn't be here. Oh, fuck it. And he's just gonna open the doors and make his way to our boy, our unfortunate follower of sorts.
Oh, Doug.
Doug, yeah. Go see Doug. Because Doug would definitely know where each of what one of us would be at and would be tracking us. So he's gonna go straight there.
Okay. So you go there. And as you're walking, bus, driving, how are we?
Uh Once he gets there, it's 3 blocks, so he's just gonna walk the three
Fair,
blocks
yeah.
there.
So as you're walking, you're hearing a lot of murmurs, like just kind of outside Dog Towers. And they all revolve around this man named Dale, who you're also familiar with. Dale is Doug's brother. But unlike Doug, Dale legitimately is a Scion.
Right. Oof.
Apparently, Dale has snapped and murder somebody in cold blood in the library. And so people can't even get into Doug Tower because it's like very much on lockdown. Doug is like desperately trying to do what I assume like crowd control or uh,
Right.
damage control. Like, his brother is like has the power Scion is now a murderer.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
as you're like taking all this in, you get a message from Bodhi. So
Oh.
last time we ended with Bodhi being like, we need Doug has asked to meet with us.
Oh. Well, at least okay. They're probably alive. That's great. And I'm probably getting there, and there's probably a crowd, right?
Yeah.
All right. Excuse me. Coming through. Excuse me. Pardon me. I gotta get in. Yep. Nope. Yep. Yep. Gotcha. Yep.
And yeah, they're like slowly moving. The security sees you, and they're like, "Oh, right this way, Mr. Nolan. Please, this way."
What did
And you
Doug
are
do
escorted
now?
into Doug Towers.
Yeah. Doug.
The security kind of like ushers you into the elevator and like hits the like top floor for you as you ascend all the way to the top.
Um. I think once he gets to the top, he's not even greeting anyone who is coming to like say anything straight toward where Doug would normally be at this time.
Right? Doug is the top of Doug's towers is like all windows. Like there's no wall, everything's glass. And he has his like desk, very large desk, like right to the back, so he can just turn around, like see all of Atusa. He is back there, but this is the first time you've seen him harried. It's not that billionaires don't have stress. They just have lots of tools to deal with that stress and lots of ways to mitigate that stress when it piles on. Doug has not slept all of last night. It seems that his tools are either not working right now or he just has no way to actually address what's happening.
Hmm. I'm guessing that okay, so I'm guessing, Doug, this has to do with Billy and Bodie missing and also your brother who is currently on a rampage.
No, Nolan. Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah,
Um, uh, yeah, this is about Dale. Yeah, but Billy and Bodie, they're not missing. I texted them. They've contacted me. They should be. They're fine.
it's been a week, Doug. It's been a week.
I mean, I couldn't get in contact with them for a while, but like last night, this morning, we've exchanged messages.
Oh, well, at least from last night, they're still alive and technically maybe this morning, but okay. You know what? Table that for right now. Why is your brother on the rampage?
No, I don't. I think he was set up.
Okay.
I have no reason to believe that, but my brother wouldn't do this, right?
I don't know your brother, so I wouldn't be able to tell you yes or no,
But
or at
like,
least not thoroughly.
but you know me, and I'm a good person, right? So anyone who
Yes.
to me,
Well, yeah, sure, but like that's besides the point. Like I don't know how Dell operates outside of well, you. So
just can you maybe if you and Bodie and Billy like talk to him, just kind of see what's going, because he won't talk to me.
huh. You mean your brother who would not talk to the billionaire who could possibly get him out of said situation is
I
unwilling to talk to you.
he's very embarrassed and like I don't understand what it means to be a scion, but you know what it means. You're such a good scion. You're a hero to the masses, and if you could just talk to him, we can help him out if we just.
Where is he currently?
I think so. I built him a special room in Scion Towers. We focused on that first, just so he could like have a headquarters. he is there, but he won't open the door for anybody. So we can like send you all there, and you can just, have a heart to heart.
Just gonna send a quick text to Bodhi. Where are you currently, my good sir? Send.
At the temple.
I'm with Doug, who wants us to go talk to his brother Dale. Apparently, Dale is embarrassed after maybe, possibly, not confirmed, murdering people at a library. Send.
Um,
And trying to kill me and Billy. Send.
Based on like just news searching around Atusa, like on Google or whatever,
Hmm.
um, it is confirmed. There are a lot of people who definitely saw him, and there was a confession from Dale being like, "Oh my gosh, how did I do this? I can't believe I killed that guy." Like
I think Nolan replaced the video. Doug.
the video of,
Dale's confession.
oh yeah, um, so Doug is like, okay, maybe he did it. I don't, but like he's a good kid, and like I want what's best for him, and like we can fix this, right?
Right. Wow, that's above my pay grade. Also, isn't he? Is he slightly older than I am?
I, but in Scion years, like, does age really matter?
Well, kinda. Actually, yes, yes, it should. And that should show maturity or some shit like that. Okay. You know what? You know what? Tabling that for right now. Fine. I'm going to go figure out what's happening with your brother. Emphasis on your brother. And I, you know, okay, okay. You do know you still have to figure out this whole situation of murder, even
And
accidental.
you say that, and there's just like no change in his face. Like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. We can figure that out.
I do not like how you just said that so nonchalantly.
What's really important is getting Dale back out there. What do you need a ride? Like I can give you the private helicopter, take you out to the island. That
Island, he's on an island.
Oh right, you weren't here for that. So um after you and Bodhi spoke to him about, not demolishing 4 blocks of like residential area, he took the island that he was building and moved Scion Towers to that artificial island.
Huh. I have questions, but I'm afraid of the answer, and two is above my pay grade. So, you know what? No, no blame. If you got a boat is fine.
Yes,
No
yes.
yacht, just a boat.
We only have a yacht and a very big like freight boat, but that doesn't leave until tonight at 6 p.m.
You know, you're a very, very interesting, but also inconvenient billionaire. Many, many ways. Tabling that for another moment. Send a quick text. Bodie, hey, we got to go to an island.
We have to
Send.
go to an island. Okay. Why do we have to go to an island?
Dale's brother.
Doug's brother, the one that last time I saw him came at me with a sword. That
Yep,
one?
that one. Apparently that one. Yeah, 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 yeah. You got to go
Okay.
talk to him.
Alright.
Um, apparently your brother came at Uh, your brother kind of came at Bodhi with a sword.
He was under duress. I don't know what was going on with him, but we can't help him until we get him talking. You know,
Hmm.
we get him talking, we can get him to apologize, but we I really just need you all to like really get him out of what is now a bunker.
Wait, why is he in a bunker?
Well, his he's like turned his area into a bunker. Like he won't leave, and we can't get in. It was built for a Scion, so human beings can't force their way in.
Okay. All right, all right. I guess we'll take the helicopter to get on the island to go through the bunker to go and break in to go and do a crisis situation talk with your brother, who I would like to remind you tried to kill your other favorite scion with
Nolan,
his
you
sword.
are wonderful. Thank you so much.
I'm heading to the helicopter. I'm gonna go swing and pick up Bodhi.
Okay. So as you're like leaving, the elevator door opens, and out walks Rachel in her like titular white sweatshirt, I think it was, jacket, and a tall woman with these like deep red eyes.
Oh, immediately bolting for the elevator, not even lingering long enough, and does that subtle thing. Hey, Rachel.
Right.
Hey,
Hey,
and just
Nola.
hitting the elevator button just to go up faster.
Yeah. All right, and she sees you, she waves, looks like she's trying to say something as the elevator doors just.
That was going to take, they're both going to take years off of my life. And I'm supposed to be, I don't even know what we are. Okay. And he's just heading for the helipad.
Right, take you there, and they are. Ooh. Bodhi, where would be the closest place to land a helicopter in the temple?
Um, if we're talking like a just like is it how big? So because it's
It's
Doug is Doug, I have to ask how big the helicopter is.
so Doug, I would assume that you have had this conversation many times, and so originally Doug had one of those massive helicopters, has recently downgraded to a four-person helicopter.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
So that could there's probably like a courtyard or a training area that if no one is using, would be suitable for landing.
Okay. Um, well, a couple minutes later, Nolan, you are descending over the courtyard to pick up Bodhi.
No, wasn't my ideal. No, I was not originally going there to find Dale. Yes, I was looking for you guys for a week. And no, I did not handle my personal situation before you ask.
Okay. Um, so uh, yeah. Well, I guess I can explain on the way, and Bodhi gets in the helicopter.
Right. Well, you are all off to Scion Towers. It's been a few months since it was originally pitched to you, and while it is not very big, you are the base is there, first two floors, and apparently the basement, where Dale keeps his residence, is also built, and they're like 80% functional at this point, and so people are already like started to work there. Chefs are on site. Like it is turning into this little community. And as you're there, you have the headphones in so you can make sure the pilot is not listening in on anything you all share. What would you like to explain to Nolan about?
Yeah. So Billy came back, and Billy's dad um, kind of put us through a test of some sort. Um, I'm not sure why I got involved in it, other than just like because he's a dick. Um, but yeah, the the short answer is that apparently every time that we didn't kill the guy knew that we were coming for him and got progressively more paranoid. Uh, and then he hired Dale. Dale saw Billy, freaked out, shit went down.
Oh,
So that's the succinct version of it. Um, there's kind of some family drama there. I don't want to go into, that'll be Billy's part of the story to tell.
gotcha.
Um, but yeah, blame kind of flipped on us. I don't know if he, well, said Billy was a monster.
Oh, well,
So
that's not nice of him.
yeah, so yeah, Billy's dad got what he wanted without, um, he wanted us to do it, but he's fine with Blaine being the one that did it, and that the world knows that Blaine did it. He's cool with that. That was kind of his point. He said, apparently not enough people were dying, and um, he wanted to have someone random die and have a big show of it. Like, we had words kind of. He's a god, because so I had some words, but they're still kind of punching a god is not. We're still at a point that punching a god is not where we're in a position that's going to work out for me. So
Right, right. Okay, you know what? I have a friend of mine, Max. You know, the computer one
yeah,
does like a lot of stuff with the low but blase, kind of weird.
uh
Doesn't
huh,
really have that much emotion.
yeah.
So I had a conversation with him, and he's like, "We really got to learn how to start setting some boundaries, with our family." And I was just like, "You know what? You're absolutely right. We got to start having boundaries with some of these gods because this is becoming a problem."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want to sound like a teenager saying that we're grown and shit, but like we kind of are. We're 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 making our marks on the world. It's kind of for uh, baby the birdies to leave the nest.
Well, you're thinking of it that way. I'm thinking of more of like, maybe don't do like, your whole fucked up pantheon bullshit and my mundane stuff because the two things are not working out too well, and it's stepping on territory that I never thought would actually be stepped on before. That and I never thought I would have a territory to begin with. So
Oh, yeah, I get that. Yeah.
yeah.
Woody, you are suddenly reminded of there was one moment when you were talking to A Pungishimuk when his seemingly, or not seemingly, because it is dickish, his dickish behavior dropped, and there was for 3 seconds fear within his being. Or are you going to share those revelations to Nolan?
I mean, I don't want to say like I get the guy where he's come from because I really don't.
Hmm.
But he doesn't really get. This is what um, Bodhi is saying to Nolan. Like, I'm not sure how much of it is purely being a dick. Like, there was a moment where he was just like, okay, yeah, this, yeah, okay, fine. But at the same time, like, he's a god. He doesn't get what it's like to live on Earth, in the world. And, like, they don't think that way. Like, sometimes maybe they seem to, but there's that. They don't understand it, right? Like, come on. Your dad doesn't understand how to use a computer.
My dad doesn't understand how to be a person, period.
Exactly. So that's the thing. Um, like there was a moment that kind of shone through, and there's a moment he like kind of made it seem like, you know, um, there was like 3 seconds the entire time we were talking where the thing just didn't seem like it was fun and something he was doing for ha-has. Where I don't know. Still kind of a dick
Well,
overall.
it's turning into us cleaning up messes that we should never, ever, ever have to clean up.
This isn't just to make it clear. This wasn't just a mess that we shouldn't have to clean up. This was a mess that he made, and then because we didn't clean it up the way he wanted it to, he made us do it again, and again, and again. You said we were missing for a couple days.
Yeah.
Well, we had 5 Mondays until
I
we
think,
got to the point where Blaine is hiding out in a bunker.
right. I think in that moment, after hearing that, I think Nolan just mumbles to himself, just, it would be great if we were on an equal playing field and could, if there was a way to actually like hand spank a god, at least then that would be a little bit better.
Nolan, are you going to say that out loud? Not like, loud, but like utter the words outside your body in like the helicopter so no one can really hear. Just this is
Hmm.
an important distinction for me.
He's not saying it out loud for like every single deity to hear that out loud because he knows how that's gonna work. But
No, there's only one listening.
I know, I know which one is. Uh, you know what? I think he would say it, but he would also because he knows that possibly his secret fan will probably also be listening, and
Hmm.
just kind of mumble back and be like, "I wonder if you ever felt like spanking a few gods for some of their actions."
That's what I wanted to hear.
And I think he says it haphazardly because it's been again a few months of this repeated cycle of okay, we get some sort of normalcy and calm, and then all of a sudden, hey, Nolan and family, hey, Bodhi, we have this one god who has just decided, yeah, tidal waves, that's in for this evening at a water park, and you guys got to be one to clean it up.
You feel like you've known you've had this entity watching you just because like you get random gifts. You get like legit written notes on parchment. But like you've never actually felt their presence. For the first time ever, you feel this warmth coming from nowhere, which likely means it's coming from them. Uh You have made some sort of connection with them. We will see how that will play out
Okay.
in the next few. But yeah, like they are pleased to hear this. Bodhi, as the helicopter gets closer and closer, is getting ready to land, you feel chilly. Not cold, just like there is a chill that you did not expect. You both land, and the security guards are there welcoming you, like, welcome, we can escort you to Master Dale's uh, his office, his abode, and hopefully you all can like talk some sense into him.
All right. Uh, Take us to him, I guess.
They take you to the elevator, and it's as Doug mentioned, it's a circular tower. So there is a elevator like right in the center. They take you there, and they escort you down to the basement, where they show you the golden doorway to Dale's house. And they say, if you need anything, let us know. But other than that, we'll leave you to it.
No. Uh, Thank you,
Chris.
Chris. Hi. Thank you, Chris.
No, no,
We'll take care of this.
thank you all. And Chris heads back in the elevator and doop.
Okay. Doug said the plan was to talk to Dale. S- Uh, so we won't go the usual violent route. At least I won't.
Look, I mean, he last time I, you should just be the one to knock on the door because last time he came at me. Um, so maybe my face is not the first one he wants to see right now.
Okay.
Um, so yeah,
Uh, and here's the thing, all right? If he comes at you and he points to the big gun holster in his back, I got Loverboy. So if it ever comes down to it, I can always pull out Loverboy.
all right.
Just gonna go up to the door, knock on it.
Go away.
We were sent by Doug.
Doug doesn't understand me.
That's why he sent us.
Give me a persuasion presence, maybe? You're not manipulating him, you're being like very upfront.
Yeah. Do-do.
Is there any way that I can help out in this role?
Yeah.
Okay.
Six.
Same role.
Just roll persuasion, and then any success will be added as enhancement.
Just roll persuasion. Okay.
Yeah.
Charming specialty count.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Got two enhancement.
And
Uh,
if I am standing right by Nolan, that means that if Blaine is close enough to the door, then the soothing presence knack would affect him.
I am going to say the soothing present. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Um, can I also add my specialty integrity stubbornness?
Yeah, yeah. You like, I'm not leaving until you open the door, so just
So six.
plus the enhancement.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that'll do it. So you say like this is why who sent us, and you hear like you can feel like you hear him like the gears turning. He's like, oh, I guess that makes sense. He walks over and he opens the door, and inside there is this essentially what is just like a super comfortable house, except everything that is not like cloth or pillow is just pure and solid gold. He's like, please come in. Bodhi, I
Yeah, how you doing?
I I'm so sorry, Bodhi. I don't know what got into me. I
Yeah.
I feel like I just woken up from a bad dream.
All right. Oh yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's why we're here though, is to talk about that.
But there was nothing to talk about. Like I attacked you. I killed a human being. I'm not a hero. I'm a murderer.
Blaine, who? Um, I don't think I ever really had a chance to have this conversation with you. Who is your divine parent, by the way?
I don't I don't like to talk about my divine parents. It's
Did you say parents with an S?
yes.
Oh,
Okay, who are they?
I don't think it matters, honestly.
oh, you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. We'll share stories about shenanigans with parents.
So like he looks around and it's like I look I'm thinking about going to them and trying to give up my divinity.
I am going to give you some advice. It is definitely not going to work out the way you think it's going to. Right now, see, listen, you said you don't know someone who understands you. Right now, you're saying, I'm just going to give this all up. But that's how they get you. They lure you in with that one. And then later on, they get you into a whole bunch of chaotic shenanigans where you have to keep your powers. Otherwise, all of that stuff not only falls back on you, it falls back on Doug.
Oh, I guess you're right. I mean, he wouldn't be able to do all the good things with the money if I wasn't helping him make so much money.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Let's rewind back. How are you helping Doug make his money?
Oh, part of my divinity uh is wealth that benefits all, and so I create wealth so that it can be used to benefit all peoples.
Huh. Does any of this start? Does any of this sound familiar?
Doug and Dale were very broke growing up. And Doug got popular through fundraising for Scions, and through fundraising, people kept giving him money, although it always seemed like the money he got was way more than should have been given by people. Um, about that time was when Dale was revealed to be a Scion.
Hmm. Add that to the corkboard of things involving Doug. Uh, what? Why? Okay. What is happening in your life currently other than murder, because that's bad, but other than that, what is? what is the problem currently?
I just I've had to kill creatures, but I've never had to kill a person, and I don't even remember making the decision to. It was like an outer body experience. I couldn't control it, and I ripped them apart. Like you didn't see them, Nolan.
Right? That's pretty. Why? What? Why? Where did that come from? Has that ever feeling
I,
ever happened before?
it never has, and that's why it's so
But
scary. I can't control it.
some, I mean, that's kind of why I asked about your divine parentage, because maybe there's a connection through there. So we can, by understanding where we come from, we can kind of understand how they might try to influence, mold, and shape us into what they want. Like, what if
I
this is a
haven't-
test from one of your parents?
Do they do that?
Oh, they certainly do test some things. Um, Sometimes it's just patience. Sometimes it's what you'll do. But a lot of the legends of the gods, it wasn't. It was a test of character. It was not what they did, but how they handled what happened. So maybe there's a lesson somewhere in there about like maybe like that if I knew more about who your divine parentage was from, I can maybe make some of this make a little bit more sense.
It is said that my divine parent is Divis Julius.
Okay.
Ibis, Julius. Where have I heard that from? Ibis, Julius,
Which would
Ulysses.
make my great or my grandfather Julius Caesar.
Ah, oh, huh.
But okay. So Theoi then? All right.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of in the legends of the gods of the Theoi of violence and um, what like you said money was like one of your divine things was that you were good with money, right?
Yeah, like I create wealth, but
Right.
I'm not good at using it. But my brother, he's really good
Right.
at it.
Right. You create wealth, but but so from the guy, he had hired you from to right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay, maybe there's a lesson in there about you know you have access to this wealth and prosperity um, that you can manifest as part of your divine heritage. So that means that you shouldn't be taking jobs from others.
Oh,
And
I didn't want to charge him, but Doug is like, you should charge just for tax purposes. Like I just trust him to tell me what I need to know.
But maybe that's where the lesson is coming from. Is that you know you shouldn't like it kind of comes off as being kind of mercenary. Um, you know, and maybe that's where the lesson is in there is not to use your powers um, for gain or wealth or maybe it's a lesson on coming at bad things happen late and it's not how as much as what you did but how you pick yourself up and how you move forward and reestablish yourself as a person of good and how you can use that as motivation to kind of go out there and be what the hero that you need to be.
Give me either an empathy cunning or a persuasion presence roll.
Okay,
With
it is going to be persuasion and presence.
There is one thing.
Since Bodhi,
As
since Bodhi really does think like this, and
as a former merc
hmm
and also someone from the same family, um, I is there some form of knowledge that I could pull from to be like connecting the dots? Because this would probably feel familiar to Nolan. And
occult intellect, probably like things you about the divine that you would know.
okay,
that is three successes.
Right. Okay.
and successes are on
At this point, eight and above.
eight and above. Okay, yeah, just one success.
One success. With one success, you something's missing. You don't know where, but there's something is wrong with this story. Like you don't like, yes, God's tests, but usually there's something more to the test, or there's some sort of like detail missing, but you can't place it right now. With three successes, Bodhi, you see him looking kind of emboldened. Like, I think you're right. This was never going to be easy. And if I want to help people, if I want to be a hero, I can't just give up when things get hard. I have to keep striving. I think it's time I talk with my brother.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. So, you know, I'm not. I'm not saying this is something that you need to, overcome and move past, but this is, take this as a place of learning and to move forward from and kind of think on it,
All right.
you know, meditate, I find that helps me. And yeah,
Um, well, Bodhi is doing his usual advice giving. Uh, Nolan is sitting there giving a text to Ares' office really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who's probably in there? Who's probably in there? Probably Michael. Probably
Mm-hmm.
Michael in there. He's just going to send a quick text like, "Hey, Michael, listen. There seems to be something going up with putting in Dale's first and last name in.
Right.
I don't know if it's a test from our pantheon or not, but exhibiting signs of just random outbursts of violence. Even though he's associated with bringing wealth and then uh, descendant of Julius Caesar, that should probably ring some bells somewhere in the office. And
You get, like when you're texting really fast that like you're spelling so bad, like the words just don't make sense. But you're like, I don't have time to check. Like, it is all hands on deck over here.
uh-huh.
You get one of those texts. I need you to roll, let's see, something to interpret what is written on. So let's go cunning and culture or cunning and technology. Let's go cunning and technology, like one of those two.
Do that.
To be like, can I like decode what you actually meant to say?
I made that. Can do, yeah, I can do technology and cunning. 7, 4, and then one explode. So let me see. Explodes again. 5 successes.
Oh, yeah, that is more than enough. So essentially, you learned Pantheon is kind of in a pickle right now. Ares has been missing for some number of days. He told us he was leaving, but then just hasn't come back. Um, don't know anything about Divis Julius and like combat trials. I will check in once I get more information.
Yep. He said, "Yep. Good luck. I'll help where I can. I feel like this is the thing that's going to be asking me, right? To go find him.
Very likely,
Yes.
yeah.
Damn it. All right. Good or bad news? No one knows if a trial is currently happening with Dale, at least from what I text. Although bad news on top of that, um, situation, um, on top of a current situation with Dale. And I'm not saying your situation. I'm just saying your current predicament is just something we're just looking into because of Doug.
Right.
Maurice is missing. I, and I know to you guys that be like, oh, what's the problem with the war god going missing? But the war god going missing could mean ranging from world peace to nuclear disaster. So who knows? So that's the thing that we might have to deal with after, you know, handling,
I mean,
or I have to, I don't
I'm
know.
trying. I'm trying not to think of those two things as being connected. But didn't Caesar, you know, fight in a lot of war, lead in a lot of wars?
Yep, yep.
You
And
know,
then he got stabbed for it. That's for sure. Stabbed in the back and in the chest.
guy wasn't like what was wasn't Brutus's like great grandnephew or something, was he? And anyways, bro. So yeah, Blaine, go to your brother. He's worried about you. You know, start there, and then kind of see where things go. Maybe I don't know.
I think I will.
Yeah, phone call, just in case. To start with a phone call, just to let him know that you're okay, so he doesn't worry, and then you guys can have a fresh start in the conversation.
Yeah, no, that's smart. Thank you, Nolan, Bodhi.
Yeah.
I think I'll call him now.
Is his temperament change like drastically, or this is normal, or he's just settling?
His normal temperament pre-murder was that of a tall 15-year-old on the basketball court, right? Very much having being a Scion in a city that is super pro Scion, being connected to the person who like bigs up Scions, he has had a lot of popularity. Um, Even though there's not much he has had to do to earn it. Um, and so he's always carried himself as like the leader of the Scions simply because his brother like has like twice as many benefits for him than he does other Scions. This is likely the first incident, positive or negative, he's ever been involved with outside of like, I'm going to either make money for my brother or just like make an appearance at a parade. So his temperament is drastically changed now, although it is likely him trying to come to terms with this great power, whether he wanted it or is responsible enough to use it.
Gotcha. Then with that, I'm just gonna go. By the way, you are um, you're technically the patron of wealth, kind of, sort of, and whatever other stuff involving your parents. So you have a responsibility to make sure that the people are protected by that wealth and that you will not lead them to any disastrous ends, including your brother.
Okay, I get it. I think I do.
Ethics.
Definitely.
Ethics.
I know I should have paid attention in college. Okay, we'll do this.
You got an email address?
No, my brother handles all my
Are
correspondence.
you seriously?
He said it was for the best.
Um,
You know what?
yeah. So maybe it's time to. you- you- You're going to get to a point where you get beyond what kind of the small things, the being the local hero, um, and things are the scale of what you do is going to um, increase exponentially. When you get to that point, you're going to need someone to talk to who can understand, who gets it. Like, trust me, not everything that I've done is worked out the way I wanted it as a Scion. And I think maybe there's certainly people who I've made decisions that negatively affected them. Um, and yeah, people probably have died over it. That's not something that I can have a conversation with, you know, my barista.
Oh, but Doug is smart though. Like,
But he can't. He could never, unless he, unless some divine being decides to work through him and make him a Scion. He can't get the. He doesn't. He there's going to be parts that he just doesn't get.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't, but like, there's a lot he does get. Like, he's been to Mount Olympus already. That's pretty big.
My point is that if everything goes through Doug, it is going to be interpreted through the views and the voice of someone who hasn't been, who does not know the divine, and there's something that's going to get lost in translation.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of
I,
sense.
you know, you need, like, I have Crow, or I have Nolan. I have Malcolm and his pet Crow that I can talk to. I have others who um, have been are of divine parentage of some sort that can get that I can have that conversation with.
What you're saying
I'm
makes
not
sense.
saying that you need to cut Doug off, but there's a certain perspective that he doesn't have. And in times like this, I can see just in how you're changing demeanor since we've arrived, since we started talking. It's a good thing to have.
What? But Doug sent you, so like Doug was right.
Right. Doug didn't send a mortal. Doug, Doug sent someone who's been touched by the divine.
Okay, I see your point.
So it can be something small, like getting your own email.
I'll ask if I can do that today.
Don't just just go to set it up yourself.
I mean, I think it's better if I ask him.
You know what? One step at a time.
Okay, okay, okay. It's progress.
Huh. Okay, so we talked to Dale. I talked to Dale. Dale's gonna talk to his brother.
Hmm.
I don't think there was anything else on the Doug list that we were supposed to do.
Not really.
Yeah.
Dale seems to be not in good spirits, but definitely better, and like has a better understanding of what's happening.
Okay, I think problem solved. I think we solved a problem that didn't involve the world possibly being in danger. So I think we can go back on this one.
I'm glad you said that, Nolan. Bodhi, roll me a stamina athletics roll,
Damn
please.
it. Should have known. It always happens.
Endurance specialty.
I don't think you would have any specialties that address this. Essentially, you're having a vision, a forced vision, um, about the world encased in ice.
Another. Damn it.
Usually, you have those visions when you are meditating. This is the first time it essentially has intruded upon your person.
About to make me take the sage calling to.
Yeah.
That is 5 successes.
Okay. Um, you look down at your hands because like you've been chilly for a bit. And but you've just been like talking to Dale. Now that like the adrenaline has worn off and your body's like, okay, like I don't need to address this anymore, you realize like your finger, like your left pinky, is starting to get frostbitten. Not enough for you to take like injury condition or anything, but like there is some serious cold coming from somewhere. And it's directed on you because both Nolan and Dale seem to be just fine.
Yeah. So we're good here. We're gonna go back to my place. Blaine, best of luck to you. Um,
Thank you both, really. Would you like some money? I don't really have much gifts of anything else, but
Nope, I am good.
how about a
I
golden pillow?
I think I'm solid.
Okay.
go. How about this? You go buy yourself a coffee. Pay with $100 bill, and leave the change on the counter
Yeah, for a small
Like that.
business.
I like that. Yes.
or the tip jar or whatever. They have tip jars, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Put it in the tip jar.
And you see he has this like renewed excitement about how he can go and like spread good into the world in a way that only he can do.
Okay, off to go back home.
Right. So
This is
you
great.
head
Oh
into
wait.
the elevator,
Yep.
get to the first floor, and it's snowing.
Fucker. Yeah, because of the whole Blaine thing, I didn't get to talk about the other thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, visions of the world of the city frozen over. Uh, yeah, yeah. So, but I haven't gotten a whole bunch of detail from the visions. Rachel's up to some shit though. Rachel's involved in a bad way. That's.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was warned about Rachel, but I didn't think so. She has the power to freeze everything, I'm
I
guessing.
don't. I don't know. Somehow she's like involved in it, but not. I, whenever shit goes south and goes sideways, she's always there. Like she doesn't seem to be causing it, but there's something going on. Like I don't.
All right. So, to recap, we have two potentially catastrophic things happening. We have a missing war god, and then we have uh, a young person with the ability to freeze possibly everything, but is not like us, but associated with us.
I mean, but I mean, in reality, like it's just one more god, like that we know of, right? Like,
But, see, that's the thing I've always been afraid of because okay, so I know there's a bunch of us to do different things, but like they also have different aspects that they handle, and that if one goes missing, usually that kind of freaks out the rest of them. And you know what happens when a bunch of generals who can press certain buttons do when they get freaked out, right?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard from mom in a while. Maybe I should try to get in touch with her and. Hold on, I figure out which one of hers I have to get in touch with.
That's also fair, but also I would think she would probably be a little bit miffed the fact that one of hers has been stuck in Groundhog Day for the past week.
You know, she she would have probably asked what I learned about it from it. what actions I could have maybe done. It really depends on which ones of hers I come across. So,
Huh. Okay.
um,
All right. First, we got to hurry back to the city, make sure that nothing horrible happens while snow is happening here. Hopefully, the wings are de-iced or something.
You see them actively trying to de-ice it. There was no reason to believe that it was going to snow. Uh, and considering this is still like a construction zone, they don't have that much stuff to de-ice it, but like they say it's to be about an hour or so.
Okay. 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 Question: does this place have a bathhouse?
You ask Doug to prioritize the building of a bathhouse?
Probably not asked, but it was probably one of the conversations with Doug where it was just like, there would be a bathhouse. And he would probably emphasize it because science loved, they probably would love to have that sort of spot thing. And it goes back and forth to no just
Okay.
related.
So then the Scion specific bathhouse is not built. However, if you told him that Scions love bathhouses, he likely would have put like a mini bathhouse in Dale's thing.
Perfect. We can work with this. Bodie, we're going through a thing. He's knocking the door again.
Dale opens the door and he's talking to Doug, and you can see there's like relief on his face.
Doug, Dale, Doug, we have what's happening in the city?
Uh, n Nothing. There's
Is it
like
is
kind
it
of a
snowing?
traffic jam.
There's a traffic jam. Is it snowing? Is that causing the traffic jam?
No, just 5 o'clock traffic.
Okay. All
Yeah, it's not.
right.
Is it snowing there?
Yes, it's snowing here.
Oh, that's weird.
Also, where's Rachel?
I sent her to the island to deliver some information to some of the people working there. She'll be back soon.
Just gonna turn and look at Bodie.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to send her to you? I can do that. I'll just send her a quick text.
No, no, I think we'll
I
run into each
mean,
other.
maybe we'll get. Where was she doing on the island? What was she delivering?
Oh, well, Nolan, do you remember that tall woman with the red eyes who came today?
Yeah, yeah.
She's a new like organizer, and so she's organizing things over at the tower, and so Rachel escorted her there and then delivered some, credit card information because like I can't keep buying things over here. We need people over there to be able to use the company cards.
Oh, okay. Uh, company organizer. Who is she? Does she have a name?
She does. Her name is Yuri.
Yuri.
Yeah.
Is she a Scion, Doug?
I wish. Sadly, she is not a Scion, but she does have her PhD in Scion relics. She's an anthropologist, archaeologist, as it were, and so she, digs in the dirt and gets all the old relics and restores them. And she has the habit of putting on lots of these, curating multiple museums. So she's been perfect for like getting more of the information into the Scion Tower.
Right. Does she currently have a relic on her as we speak?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't ask.
Thanks, Doug. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
I'm so glad you think that. It's a pleasure talking to you too. Do you want to have dinner tonight?
No, I think I'm going to be busy. Got a lot of
Well,
work.
just let me know. The advice always open.
Yeah, yeah. Oh dear, Bodie, do you want to have dinner with Doug?
Where, Doug?
I was well, I actually have a lot of work to do, so I was gonna like be in my office, but I was gonna get like I was gonna hire the vegan chef.
Were you really going to, or did you just say that because I'm here?
I was really going to when invited you.
So here's the thing. Doug, we have some things we gotta work out.
We could try again next week.
So yeah, yeah. I'm gonna need to take a rain check, or a snow check, because it's snowing on the island.
That's really strange. Like,
Yeah, it is really strange. So yeah, we're gonna have to go, Doug. But thank you for the heads up about Rachel being here. You have yourself a great day.
you as well.
Out.
And he like whispers, but thank you for talking to my brother.
Yep. He's just gonna hand the phone back over. Yep,
Yeah.
Bodhi
you
is
got
already
this.
on his way out the door. Um,
Bodhi.
Look, we gotta talk to Rachel. There's been too much weird shit going on since
What was
she
the
showed up.
message I got? Was it don't trust Rachel or don't mess with Rachel? It was one of those two.
The note you were given from your secret observer was don't mess with Rachel.
Now, he's just gonna go, well, all right. It seems we can't avoid Rachel. So if you have any advice, and he's taking out a flask, pouring out two shots. Okay, and he just puts one shot out. Okay,
Hmm.
listen. I know you said don't mess with Rachel, but at this point, if the world ends up freezing and the island freezes over, it's unbeneficial to all of us, it seems. So we gotta have to deal with her eventually. And I think today is that day. Knocks a shot back.
Hmm. Usually you get some sort of sign, omen, something to let you know that at least it's been heard. Um, Nothing today, as if they're like away from their desk or something.
That is terrifying. He's gonna knock that other shot back and
Say,
pour his
well, I'll
flask
take
out
this one too, don't
to
want to.
Bodhi. Bodhi, do you want some?
No. So, um, hey, well, I can't really call mom and try to get in touch with her because it's a cell phone is an item and an item is an attachment, and
Right.
she just appears in whatever various form, unless let's find Rachel. Let's talk to her. Let's just have a conversation.
Okay. I do want to warn you though that when a god gives a warning, an omen about an individual, that's never a good sign.
Well, maybe we should find out why this god is saying not to mess with her. Like, there's look, the gods are silly sometimes. I mean, sometimes
Hmm.
it's because it's a great evil from beyond some 9 levels of hell.
Uh,
Sometimes the god just thinks that someone's hot. So,
I don't think this one thinks of them as being so much as hot as so much as a danger to us. It's kind of the message.
I mean, shouldn't we know what that danger is? As far like, just, just let's just get a vibe check. We got
Okay,
an
okay.
hour before this damn airplane, this helicopter gets thought off.
All right, fine. I mean, the last time I had a conversation with her, I almost had like a heart attack and heart stopping.
Right. So maybe we get an idea of what she can do. Um, because if she can do that from a conversation,
Hmm.
what if she pulls a blame and just we should get a sense of kind of what we're up against or what's going on or seeing kind of where she fits in with all of this.
Nope, not even gonna question it. I am going to follow your lead, Bodhi.
Okay. Um, so, do we have an idea of where Rachel is on the island?
Yes. There's only two floors built. So she's probably somewhere on the first floor, like talking to some project manager or something.
All right. So yeah, we'll head over to that. Find the. I imagine there's an office that would be set up. It'll be a reception back office later at some point, but I imagine that's where it's set up now.
Yeah. So you go to the first floor and you go to like the office that's being used as the central hub for the project. You open the door, you see Rachel, the project manager, and that tall woman named Yuri. I think now is a good time. Yeah, halfway through. So now's a good time for a little bio break. We're gonna do what we need to do, get a little water, and we'll be back in a few. See you soon. welcome back to Scion the Tower. Um, you two have just entered the project manager's room where you see Rachel, Yuri, and the project manager themselves. I need both of you to roll composure empathy rolls. Uh,
Composure.
Bodhi, you need two successes. Um, if you do not get those two successes, you become either terrified at the prospect of, the end of reality, or just enraged at Rachel being the cause. Nolan, you need two successes. If you do not hit those two successes, uh, your heart just stops for like 3 seconds, giving you one injured condition.
Can I use again stubbornness for this?
Yes.
Then with that, it would be three, three successes.
You look at her, and this is like one of the first times in a long time you've like actively engaged. Usually it's like, gotta go. But this time you engage and you feel that like your heart start to flutter, but you're fine.
Cold read specialty account.
What was that?
This cold reads specialty account.
Ooh, for this, probably not. It would count for getting to know her, but right now it's just like you have had 5 days of meditations all about her destroying the world, and now this is the first time you've seen her. Actually, no, second time, but the first time you're like engaging with her since then.
To be fair, I saw her every day in those 5 days, um, and,
You know
and
what? You did. We'll drop it down to one success.
and um, she makes it cold. Okay. I got two successes then.
Okay. So you feel like just that like anxiety building up in your chest, but you're like, we're here to figure things out. That's all. You're able to stave off any loss of emotional control there.
Doing a little bit of woo-sawing in my head. Okay.
Yeah. And she sees you and she's like, "Oh, hey, Nolan, sorry I didn't bring you a coffee. I didn't know you were going to be in the boss's office."
Ah, it's all good. What brings you to the island?
Oh, I'm just showing Yuri around. She's going to be staying here and helping us make sure the tower, at least the first four floors, are, as well stocked for like information for people and um kind of like tools for scions to use.
Gotcha. Not used to it snowing like this, especially not at this time.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah. And then it was, raining a whole lot. Remember that a couple months back? It was just pouring.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the weather's been really, really
Yeah.
off lately. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. You must be Yuri, and he's.
Hi, yes. And she like sticks a hand out to shake your hand.
Hey, hey. You're. You do a thing with. I was saying you do work with relics.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am a scion relicologist.
Relic college. That must be fascinating.
It is. Are you a fan of scions, by the way? And Rachel be like, they they are scions. You're like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Oh, how? And she like just like starts breaking into a very fast-paced interview without giving you a chance to actually answer any questions.
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, we didn't want to interrupt whatever your business, so we just wanted to stop by. We, you're do you mind if I borrow Rachel for a moment?
Oh, sure. I just need to talk with the project manager, the project manager anyway. You all have fun.
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, oh, yeah, sure. And she like leaves with her jacket and her big glasses.
Yeah. Uh,
What can I do for you?
I don't know if there's if there's an easy way to ask this. Um, but something seems to be going on. Um, like let me ask you something. You were in the library before everything went down, right?
Yeah, yeah, I was there.
Yeah. So what was going on? Like, anything seem out of the ordinary to you, or like?
Not really. I was just like looking up a book for school. Got a little heated, so I left.
Yeah.
Then I saw that guy you and Billy were talking to, and he kind of gave me the stink eye, and he left.
Yeah. Um, and then it's snowing. It wasn't snowing when we got here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's some sort of weird weather thing. We're over the ocean and waters, and like I don't understand. I don't know meteorology.
Any occult thing happening around her? Anything that pops up in this moment?
Just by scanning, you don't see anything um occult surrounding her.
How's my frostbite doing?
Uh, it is worse. Not enough to cause an injured condition, but like you're definitely feeling it more, and the more like you engage with her, like the faster you feel it spreading.
Yeah. So I'll just come out, and he's gonna hold up his hand. Like, see this?
Oh, whoa, that's not good. Oh, we gotta get you like taken care of.
That's the thing. Um, it's actually getting worse just by me walking in and being near you.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Doug says I have a cold personality, but like I don't think that causes frostbite.
Yeah. No. 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 Yeah. And like, there's been times where just like your signs that have commented to me just about being in your presence has made them like physically ill.
I don't I don't know what to tell you. Like there's nothing about me that causes any of these things.
How often are you around Scions?
I mean, pretty often I work with Doug, and you know how Doug likes to have scions around him.
Like, I know Doug has a lot of Scions around him, but how often do you specifically?
I mean, I run into scions occasionally. Like I ran into Bodhi and Billy in the library. But other than that, I just kind of like take my like taijutsu class, my pottery class, my poetry class. Unless a scion is taking classes, I really don't run into them.
Do they also take classes?
I don't see a lot of scions in my poetry class, which is a shame because I think like an art scion would really really do well there.
What about your poetry and your martial arts?
Not really, no. Yeah, I honestly I just lead a pretty boring life.
Huh. Okay.
Nolan, are you trying to
So
figure out if Rachel is in fact a Scion?
Yeah, and if not a sign, something close to it.
I would say give me an occult. I'm going to say occult composure because you need to stay composed around her.
And with
We're looking
stubbornness,
for
I count with
three
this.
successes here. And you have, I think at this point, three momentum.
Okay. Three. Spend one momentum, bring it up to four. So I am at four.
Or you are looking for any telltale sign, any uh like gift, any marvel, any something to be like, you have divine blood. Um, and you finally see it. There is like a cut on her hand, and the blood is red. She is a human being. She does not have ichor coursing through her veins. She has red hemoglobin based blood.
Hmm. Actually, you know what? A better question. Has anybody in our realm had a more, I don't know, particular interest in you at any point?
Doug assumed I was a Scion when he first met me. But recently, no.
Did Doug say why?
I tried to ask him. He said something about he thinks he was testing out a Scion detector that he had invented or commissioned to be invented,
Hmm.
and it detected me as what he called a pre-Scion.
Ah, I think I'm getting it now.
Getting
Yeah, yeah, no. You may not be a Scion now. You probably will be a Scion later, which explains all the other signs, which
You
explains.
sound just like Doug. I would love some sort of magical abilities, but I think I'm
Oh,
going to lead a life of mediocrity.
no, you have them. You just, it's latent. You have the ability to currently, the signs are happening. Bodhi's coldness, the weirdness around Scions, the weather, that's you.
I feel like
Also, your boredness, you're always having to take more than one task. All of that is, yep, calling cards.
but like, don't Scions have divine parents? Like, I know my parents.
See, that's everyone thinks they know their parents, but that's not how that always works. Sometimes you find out mom or dad isn't mom or dad, and there's another parent involved. Or in some other cases, God decides, you know what? I like this one. I want to create something out of this one. Boom, Scion. And then sometimes you got ones that apparently they can just create. They can just create a being who becomes a Scion. It, things happen, but
I,
you are
I have a friend of Jacob. He's a tattoo artist. He's also a Scion, um, and uh, he uh, the I can remember. Uh, uh, Quetzalcoatl, Soshi Quetzal.
Hmm.
She just like plucked a feather out of his bio mom's tattoo, and it became a baby. So I mean, technically, his mom, his mortal mom, was his bio mom, but he also had a divine mom. He had two moms.
Well,
Also,
I'm not against being a Scion, and I trust you more than I trust Doug on this, because I think Doug just wanted to prove that he was a pre-Scion. But okay, so I'm a pre-Scion. That's good news.
yes. Also, um, here comes the caveat. You, my dear, um, your ascension to being a scion might be a little bit more chaotic, violent, tumultuous.
Why?
Um, well, you should not even before you become one, there should be omens, and you have omens happening.
I mean, I trust you all. Is there any way for me to not be violent? I don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't necessarily, it's not you causing it on purpose. It's more of a, we would have to figure out who is attached to pretty much mitigate the signs, symptoms, and the possible destruction of the city, because that's where that's headed.
Question for you, Nolan. Are you trying to inform or scare her?
It's more informed, not scared. It's more
Okay.
to because instead of just skating past this, keep skating the awkward conversation. It's more give a warning before something does happen.
Okay. Give me an empathy intellect roll because you're giving her information, but you're also being like, this is not your fault. We're not blaming you, but you should be aware. And someone who is actively not trying to harm a single person was just told she will potentially destroy the city.
Three, four. Four successes.
Okay, that's good. You can see like as you're telling her this, and like she does trust you all. She's like taking it to heart and she's realizing that, she is a threat to just thousands upon thousands of people. And like the heavy breathing starts and she's like, that can't be. And you're able
Okay,
to like keep her calm.
okay. Hey, listen. Normally, this is Bodhi's thing, but also at the same time, this is kind of my thing as well. They're kind of the crisis management in certain aspects. What I'm saying is, there's a responsibility attached, and part of that is just figuring out who you are. Right now, listen, you're in a good position because the two of us didn't really get that opportunity. It kind of just crash landed,
Okay.
and you would rather know that now until something happens, and then you're stuck in a situation where you got to fix it.
Yeah. No, you're okay. So what's my next step?
Figuring out who you are, your origin of how you came to be I don't know the terminology. Bodhi, do you know the terminology?
Visitation.
Nation.
That's
So
it.
So I guess I have to ask mom and dad if they really are.
I
Hey,
mean, they might not even know.
that too.
Like, so
Can one of you ask your gods? Because I don't know how to find a god who hasn't, as far as I know, I've never even seen a god. So how do I find one who apparently,
My son
well,
is kind of missing.
you kind of did. Remember that guy that me and Billy were talking to that cleared it to you in the library?
oh, you mean that guy who lets me cross-eyed? What was his problem?
that's Billy's dad.
Oof. Well, that's not a good sign. That's
Okay.
maybe
Like
this.
this.
So we can probably cross him off the list of potentials.
Okay. Would would Doug have any idea?
If Doug had any idea, he probably would have told you by now.
Yeah, he would be
Fair.
over the moon.
It's Doug, yeah.
I could go to oh, you could go to Mount Olympus and ask. Doug has been working on a super secret plan that he's going to put into some of the floors of the tower where he will create a doorway and using like Scion science, you can go to various over and underworlds.
Right, 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 right.
He actually went to Mount Olympus once. He didn't stay very long, but he set foot there.
Did he tell you how he got there?
Yeah. We don't know how long the door stays open. We're still like bringing in, or I guess he is bringing in scions from across the globe, and we're gonna like create this. So like scions who like, if you want to go to see Poseidon, you can create a portal there and just jump on in. I
Right.
thought it was a dumb idea, but apparently it works. So maybe that's
So
why he has the big bucks.
yeah, but did he tell you how did he do it? Because
That I don't know. He like worked with something. He has it's like special stone, and then like you either you have a scion that does a spell, or you can infuse a relic with a spell and opens up and it goes to the different places, but you have to have a relic for the right. I'll be honest, I like zoned out afterwards. He kind of just rambles when he's in his like scion focus mode.
does he have that stuff still at his office?
Maybe he might have used it up. I haven't checked.
Fuck. Well, I guess we're having dinner with Doug.
Yep, big. Uh, on the list of things that are on our plate currently. Okay. Uh, just gonna call Doug.
Let's give him a surprise visit. It'll perk him up.
That's what I'm afraid. Okay, nope. We'll go with your lead. I'm afraid of perking him up because anytime we've perked him up, something has happened.
You know, you calling him is going to perk him up. And telling him we're coming over, that's going to perk him up. So he's going to get perked up anyways. But this way, he can handle whatever business he has to be dealing with anyways until we get there. Because otherwise, he's just going to be thinking about us.
I think he's already just thinking about us. I think that's what he does when he's taking care of business.
Right. But I think he will be more honest with his reaction to what we ask him
Okay.
if we don't give him time to prepare for our arrival. Does that make any
Why?
sense?
Yeah, kind of. Why is he more scarier than a lot of the scions we deal with?
Because when the Skyans are, you can't really just go around punching regular people.
Yeah, but like his destructiveness is on the level of like not even a like citywide like scion, like a countrywide scion is how destructive he is. Dare I say possibly the world, the way it's going.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I imagine this office has a view that we can see the helicopter. Is it de-iced?
No. Apparently it is a full-blown blizzard outside.
We got to go to the bathhouse route.
All right. Well, yeah. We should make sure we can get there before we tell them. There's also that. Rachel, can you, if out of curiosity, just can you have someone who's when you go,
Mm-hmm.
can you just have someone here send us a message letting us know how the what happens with the weather?
Yeah, sure. I won't be leaving until tomorrow. I'm staying with Yuri. But I'll have the project manager
Yeah,
send you a
yeah.
message.
Send us updates. Um, yeah, just out of curiosity, I want to see something. So, all right. Well, yeah, we'll be heading on out.
All right. Well, thanks for the help, I think.
Oh, um, and if you need a little centering thing, I usually try to contain all this weird essence into like a ball. That's usually how I envision it.
Well,
A ball that you can control.
okay. I'll give it a shot.
Oh, okay, I will see you later. And he's gonna head straight for the bathhouse.
Okay.
Bodhi
Vote
is
him to.
following.
Okay. So you go to the bathhouse. Dale is just like excited to see you. He has made you cucumber sandwiches.
Keep it in after, Bodhi.
Okay.
You don't have to eat it if you don't want. I just thought like I could do a nice thing for you because you did such a nice thing for me.
I'm just gonna grab one.
All right. So you get your cucumber sandwiches, head to the mini bathhouse, and you teleport to the closest bathhouse, I'm assuming.
Yep, same one that I normally go through when I gotta get to the office.
Yep. Get there, open the door, and even though it is like 6-ish, much warmer, no snow, lovely, lovely, crisp evening.
How's my hand doing?
Like there was never any frostbite.
See,
Let's just hope she's not like a frost giant or something.
I don't know how that would work, but okay. Yeah. Um,
Or you, Fiona, because I heard Max talk about that one time.
hmm.
I'm assuming you're going up to the
Oh yeah, definitely going up. As we're going up. Okay, but all right. So he has a thing that can detect Scion. He has a way of getting possibly into Mountain Olympus. Are we sure he's not like a villain or something?
No, we're not. Um, but and um, so the this current batch of weirdness
Hmm.
that has been going on, Chaz,
Mhm.
how much of that was going on before the announcement of Scion Tower?
None. There was like your generic, there are some Titans here, enemy Scions, but like what's been happening now, like literally seemed to start a week before you were told about Scion Towers. And by that point, he had already started demolishing things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, you might be right about the supervillain thing. This something is going on with. This could all be connected to the tower somehow.
Either he's a supervillain or we're dealing with a group of Scions who may or may not be happy with this.
Or we're dealing with some bumbling idiot who unlocked and found and unlocked Pandora's box.
You know what? We are dealing with a billionaire.
Yeah.
On that no, ah, it's Doug's brother. Okay, so Dale Scion,
Yes,
family unknown. However, Doug, no visitation whatsoever, even though basically he's the brains of this operation.
correct.
Just find that really, really weird about which one became the Scion and which one became in control of all this. And,
That's fair.
and with Rachel involved, even more weird that
Mhm.
she would just show up pre-visitation, mind you.
I mean, I'm not entirely convinced it's pre-visitation is what's going on with Rachel, but that's another thing.
From
Look, I
what I
mean,
you
we're
first,
we're we're like as far as like scions go, we're until we're as far about as far as we can get before we start getting into the immortal realms and start dealing with a lot of bullshit there. Think about where you were before your visitation. That she's putting off a way too much power.
right, but also at the same time, Scion Tower, maybe some bigger Scion got to the point where it's just like, I have this chaos gremlin that I can just throw at this thing and hopefully destroy it. It's also a possibility, especially one that can affect us
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I
or
mean,
Titan.
she did it without when she wasn't in the tower. You know, it's even like the tower, like it didn't amplify what you can do, what I can do. You
Uh,
didn't feel that when you were at the tower.
no,
So
but I don't think it's possibly amplifying more. Someone else is doing it, so she can possibly bring the whole Tower of Babel down, and we're just possibly possible victims of coming across her.
yeah, maybe. Uh, anyways, Doug.
Doug.
Weirdness started with Scion Towers.
Hmm.
He's a mortal who's been to Mount Olympus.
Right.
Now, I that that's your family's thing. That you're maybe a little more depth in that, but from my understanding is that that didn't happen. That's something that couldn't happen.
Although, see, that's the thing though, because no one in my family has mentioned it, but also at the same time, Aries is not home. So your
All right.
guess is as good as mine.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk to Doug.
right. Head into the elevator, go to the top floor, and as the door opens, you hear Doug just cursing up a storm.
Just gonna hang back for just a second and let him finish out that conversation.
Oh no, he's just like, like taking papers and like throwing them down, sees the elevator opens. What the fuck do you oh does this mean dinner?
Sure.
Oh yes! Oh, I need it so bad. Uh, tell me what you want. I'll call the guy right now. And immediately is on the phone calling all his like Michelin star chef friends.
Hey, you know what? Don't even have
Mhm.
to call all of them. Uh, Vegan, Korean barbecue place,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. So no,
trained by a Scion.
I mean, sounds good. All right, I'm in. Do they have room for my helicopter?
Oh, you know what?
That's
Probably.
Okay, let's.
let's look. Let's take a chance to this opportunity to be amongst the people of the city, and
Okay,
let's walk there. It's not that far.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah, let's walk.
just 2 blocks.
I'm just so happy you all came. Like this
Yeah.
is a good
Yeah.
day.
Oh, what got you in the dumps there?
It's we're trying to get Scion Towers up and running. So we're working with engineers, but also like Scion to make sure it works for everybody. We're speaking with the police, trying to like figure out how do we try my brother and how to get him off. And there's a lot of things happening, and it's just like really stressful.
Oh,
Yeah. So maybe we'll come back here after dinner and we can talk and we can been noticing some things and maybe I have some ideas and some thoughts and
That
but
that would be great.
yeah we can talk that over later. But yeah, let's go. I your brother told us a little tidbit that about you that I would love to hear more of. Yeah,
And
let's go. Yeah.
yeah. So y'all make your way to the vegan barbecue place. Doug is like a kid in the candy store. He's like skipping, like this is the happiest you have seen him in a long time.
So tell us about Mount Olympus.
Oh my God, it is so beautiful. I can't even describe it. Like I didn't stay very long and I didn't want to intrude, but like I was able to cross the barrier, get there, experience the wonder, and make it back. So like I think this could work.
Was this something that you did before you started working on Scion Towers, or was this like
It
the
was
genesis of the idea, or was this
this
like
started the idea for Scion Towers because my brother, um, he can't really go places. He can't teleport places, much less, but like, wouldn't it be great if he could go to, the Netgear underworld or go to Mount Olympus and like really just it would make communication so much easier. It would bridge the distance between God and human.
huh.
that's certainly one possibility. Um,
Yeah, I mean, like, look at you two. Like, I don't fully understand it, but I can't imagine you'll be human for much longer. Are you going to go to different, like, overworlds and never be friends? What if you could come to Scion Tower and be like, hey, I'm going to go visit my god friend Bodhi. Nice to see you again, friend Doug. Like, that's great.
Uh, yeah, no, huh.
that's certainly a thing. Yeah, so so like, I mean, you didn't just like stumble, trip out, work over a rock, and fall into Mount Olympus.
Oh
Like,
no, we built a dimensional warper thing. I don't really, the engineers call it something different, but
Okay,
Oh,
they're the engineers working on Scion Tower as well.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you gotta have plans for that somewhere. Like,
I don't anymore. I'm just the money guy, idea generator. The engineers have it on their computers.
okay. Who are who are these enigmatic engineers?
Oh no, there's some of the I got all the three big engineering firms in Atusa. Um, and they reached out to people in their networks. And then we had to get a few scions, but I don't think there's any like real like architectural scions here. So we reached out to a couple over I think Japan, Bosnia, France, and really just kind of like making this like a worldwide thing. Like the world will see Atusa as the center of the extended divine universe.
Any any scions we've heard of?
Eh, possibly not. They're not super famous. Many of them are pretty young, in the ways of scions, from what I hear.
Right.
no, yeah, yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like, so you like in engineered this and came up with a prototype and tested it, and then
And then because I am, it's my idea, I
yeah,
said like I would risk going over first, and it was quite the experience.
is that portal still open?
Oh no, it takes a vast amount of energy to keep open and a whole bunch of like Pantheon specific items to like get the coordinates right or something.
Ah, so like, how much energy are we talking about?
I mean, so we're extending the Ion the Scion Towers is on. We're probably going to have to build some sort of power plant uh to generate more energy so we don't like siphon too much off a Tucson grid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a sizable chunk, but we don't keep it open. We will have the the frameworks, and then you come in with your like Pantheon specific item to get you like, oh, now this can go to Poseidon's lair. Now this can go to, wherever you are going.
Hmm. Did you do it on the island, or did you just like do it in your office like
We
that?
did it on the island, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Huh.
But yeah, like it's working. So, it'll take a few like years for Silent Tower to be its full glory, but like in order to have the first four floors done with at least many of the teleportation like frameworks, we could get that in like 6 months.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, with this happening, there has to be like some sort of pushback, right?
Hmm?
I mean, with your great work and everything, there are usually a few rappers who pop up and protest against it or have some words.
It's weird you say that. I assumed there were going to be some people, but like no one's really ever been upset. Even when I like destroyed the four blocks, you were the only people who like mentioned that might be bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Um, I don't suppose you could like recreate that though. I'd love to
I mean,
see it.
it would take it would take a little while. Like I said, we'd have to import some things from Greece. We don't have them stocked just yet. We want to build the framework first, but like, we could get it going like by like probably next week or something.
How much do you need?
I mean, one, I would need to contact um the Scions who are in charge of it. They could tell us like how much, one, what material we would need, and then how much we would need. get it delivered here, get it all set up. So it'll take a little while to get it going, but like, if you really want to give it a shot, like we can make it work.
I mean, but if it needs things that are associated with the Pantheon to open it
Mhm.
as a mortal, um, what if you just had a member of that Pantheon there?
I was told that's not enough. Just because you're a member of the Pantheon doesn't mean you have the ability to cross these dimensions. Uh, so essentially you need these very specific material things to open the gate to allow people to go through.
What happens to the things that you open? That you used to open it?
Oh, they're like used up.
I guess what is the material that you use to open it up with or power it up?
What was that?
What was the type of material that you use?
I don't know. I just trusted the Scion in charge.
Huh.
Hmm. Anybody I know?
Uh, Madame Noir.
Madame Noir. Okay. Um,
She's a artistic scion of architecture and liminal spaces. So, like the Arc de Triomphe is kind of like her thing. This, beauteous work, but it's also this like arc where you're like passing under. Like I say, very new, but like she seems to be enjoying the work here.
is she of the? Since she brought you Mount Olympus, is she of the theory, or is she?
No, no, but apparently she just like wanted to test it out because she figured if she tested it from her Pantheon, that it would not be a good test. But if she can open up a portal to Mount Olympus and then a human can pass through, that's a good test to see.
Right.
Right. What pantheon is she from?
I didn't ask. I could send her an email or something and find out.
No need. You got her phone number?
Hmm?
You have a phone number for her.
I do, yes.
All right. I'd love to get it. That way, it's always good to meet new scions.
Yeah, I don't think he would respect people's privacy. He's like, yeah, sure. And he gives you the phone number for Madame Noir.
All right.
So just be careful. She is in France right now, and they are 6 or 7 hours ahead of us.
Right.
Am I getting anything off from Doug? Anything that's like he's not telling us
Like
something?
Doug's demeanor is very much young child drew a thing and wants to explain to you all the things he's drawn.
Okay.
All right.
So okay. So it just seems more like dumb billionaire who
He is
thinks
like he seems very excited that he's like, we can all go to all these places. We can
right.
share things. Like we can go and see Freya. We can go and like high five all the Odin. Like look at these cool things that we can now do.
Yeah. That's certainly something. Um, I imagine at this point, are we still at dinner, or we made it back to Doug Towers?
We'll say your choice. He'll just keep talking until you all are like, well, Doug, you gotta go. Leave us
Eh,
alone.
so he's gonna wait till we get back to the towers to have this to Doug's office to have this conversation. So Doug, have you noticed things have been kind of weird recently?
No.
Okay. Remember the day you told us about the towers when it was supposed to be nice and sunny out? There was pouring rain,
I mean,
and the
yeah, but
street
like
and the street was almost flooded.
that was a lot. But like you
Yeah,
can't predict
and
the weather.
I mean, it's not predicting that there's an entire industry built up around it. It's the whole entire profession is called meteorologists.
I mean, maybe there was like
There's a
a
national
rain.
weather. There's a national weather service that didn't pick up on it,
Maybe there was like a
even
rain
when it
scion
happened.
doing rain things.
Right, but even then, so they like it should have been picked up on. And then there was that thing with the the goat at the zoo the week before, which is from my understanding the timeline around when you started working on the project. Um, right now, um, when we were on the island, there's a blizzard. He's going to
So
pull up
what
a
you
radar map on his phone showing the island. Is there any radar showing there's a blizzard going on the island?
yes, yes.
Yeah. There wasn't there isn't supposed to be a blizzard located just centrally on the island.
So what you're telling me is that there is a weather scion who is upset at Scion Towers and is trying to ruin construction.
I think there's something at foot that we don't know what it is yet. We're looking into it, but it
Are you
seems
asking me to sponsor you?
Oh my god.
so. I'm going to ask you something that's going to be a little bit, maybe a little bit difficult for you at the moment.
I am ready to be part of the team. On, hit me.
What I'm going to need you to do until we figure out what's going on and who's behind this. I mean, they're clearly trying to undermine Scion Towers, and they're clearly some amount of power that can cause some serious trouble.
Hmm.
Maybe we hold off on the actual the direct continuation of the towers. We start working on maybe some other parts of the project that aren't so much hands on, but aren't that'll give us time to root out who this person is.
What other parts?
Well, I'm sure there's got to be other things besides just the build. I'm not a builder, Doug. I don't know how the
Okay.
building process goes, but I mean, like you said, all these things need to be powered, right?
True. Yeah,
Do you
that
have
makes
all Do you have all those things locked down and secured yet?
no, we were gonna put those on a higher floor, but we could. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So maybe now. So what you do? So you start just reaching out, putting out the feelers, locating these things, and then you just make sure they're secure where they are.
Okay, okay.
Then, because we don't want to bring them in if we don't know it's safe. Because what if this being that's causing this, wants to take all that stuff and use it? See what I'm saying? Like
So by working with you, would that make me part of your team?
that would make you an integral part of our plan.
Damn it.
Who can
Okay.
I save?
Hmm?
Oh, Doug. You said you haven't heard anyone complain, right?
Yeah.
Uh, has there, before the rain started, was there anything else other than the goat? Like, I don't know, some random thing happening? Something is just like, huh, that shouldn't happen.
All right, Doug, let's see how good your memory is.
I've seen you roll. This is not in our favor.
I mean, Doug is like, yes.
I
Okay.
think Nolan is gonna uh cheer Doug on, like, listen, you're a smart man. You created all of this.
Oh, that
You
boy.
probably would know everything that has happened, especially involving us.
So with that, that will give him the enhancement he needs to hit difficulty. And he says, "Well, I am part of the team. The only thing I remember was that about a month before we broke ground on the original Scion towers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was a weird leak in my office, and it continued for a little bit, but it wasn't like with like a leak in a building. There's like rusty water because it's going through metals, and like this smelled like the sea, like it was super salty, kind of relaxing. We never figured out what it was. We were afraid for a while it was some kind of like weird mold, but no, and then it just kind of went away.
Huh. Okay. Starting to notice a pattern here. Um, am I does this sound familiar? Like some sort of like omens, like something that would be familiar that pop up in Nolan's head, like, wait a minute.
Occult intellect roll. This one is going to be fairly high,
Okay.
um, simply because this probably is an omen, though it is one that is like written in that one history book in the back of the library that has the wrong card in it, so no one can find it.
6.
6. This you remember a time when you were talking to your pops, and he was telling you about one of the few enemies he could not defeat. But because he is who he is, he spent more time talking about himself
Uh-huh.
rather than the enemy. The only thing you got from that is that this smell of seawater tends to be an omen of one of the children of Gaia.
Oh. Hey, Bodhi,
Yeah.
what do you know about Gaia, specifically her kin, children?
Gaia, the Titan.
Yeah,
Cast.
yeah,
One.
Um, I thought she was more of an Earth thing,
well,
like the ground. Like,
right, but she has kids, children, one of which is possibly a
I mean, aren't a lot of the gods in your pantheons technically kids of the Titans?
kind of, sort of, yes, yes,
Like, there's the whole thing about Cronus trying to eat Zeus,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he ate
It
the
gets
brother. Yeah.
yeah, and it gets a little weird when the which one their aspects they are they Greek, are they Roman, and what any even in the delineations. I think I may know possibly who could be possibly involved with this.
Okay.
Um, which might explain the thing we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
It involves the sea, and seeing as our stuff is weather based and sea base, weather base, water base, we might have a problem on our hands. A problem where my dad has not even solved. So there's that.
Lovely. Love it. All right. Um, so just to be clear, Doug. So you're good with the plan going forward. We're gonna
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I
take a
will
step back. Um,
Hawk Construction. I will speak to Yuri, and we'll focus more on the educational elements of Scion Towers. Make sure the kids have something to look forward to when they come and visit.
all right. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll let you go about your day. You have yourself a wonderful evening,
You
and
too, teammates.
a pleasant tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And as you leave, once again, like from the moment he recognized you two in the elevator to the moment the elevator door closes, that has been the happiest you have seen Doug in months.
He's part of the team, Bodhi.
He is. He believes he's part of the team, and that is going to um, be beneficial to the progress that is made. Um, he is. He knows what he needs to know, and he believes what he needs to believe to play a role in this. Can we leave it at that? Just team makes
Nope.
it sound so much more permanent.
Oh, nope, 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 nope. I got what you meant, but also I know how this works. It starts out just like, oh, it's just innocent Nolan. It's going to be fine, and then we end up having to fight some sort of Titan thing. I can feel it in my bones.
I mean, we're probably gonna end up having to fight some Titan thing anyways. But with Doug doing his thing, maybe we can figure out who it is and fight the Titan on our terms, and then instead of on their terms.
Also, that guy who would probably doesn't fuck with your mother. I possibly could he possibly be involved in this?
Uh, uh, Maybe. Which one?
Wait, how many people is your mom beefing with?
Um, I mean, it's not. It's she doesn't beef with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in, she puts a smackdown and leaves, and people who were gods or demigods that are titans that are left behind in the wake of the beatdown. That's their unfortunate attachments cause them to look. There's
Okay, as a child of a war god, that's a roundabout way of saying yes. My brother has like plenty of people who would probably get into a raft beef right now, or put out a exposed video about her at this very moment.
I mean, she wouldn't be a very good. She's not a good, good one in the family to put a raft beef with. She wouldn't flow like that. She doesn't. Um, look, the people who got the beat down. I mean, she is. There's a reason why they call her Tara, who saves all. It's because people. She only accepts it when people need saving. So whoever has beef with her, they were probably jerks to begin with.
I feel like our combined whatever is causing our attraction to this craziness.
But I mean, but Mara doesn't. He's like petty, and he doesn't like operate like that. And his daughters, they're also they're, they're more like they're more like social media, like GodTube videos about you know various. issues or um, and then the triplets kid, that asshole, he just puts out the fake stuff, like, but pretends it's like, it gets, he's got like all these like yoga studios that don't bother, that are just there to like sell yoga mats and T-shirts and
Uh,
videos of, you know, blonde haired, blue eyed women who are, I guess, marginally attractive or, you know, conventionally attractive, saying namaste and saying a whole bunch of things that they don't understand to sell a product. Like,
huh.
they aren't like, you know, pick a fight types.
Unless
I mean,
someone,
Mara did have, did try to do the killing thing at the Buddha, and this was taken away from him, and he points to his dagger
I,
to keep it away from him for good reason. But I'm sure that has nothing to do with this.
we keep saying that, but like,
I've had
what
this for way too long for this to be related.
you right? But on one other hand, though, okay, just work with me here. All right. What if one person, just someone apparently a kin of Gaia, decides, you know what? I want to fuck up a few things in this city, especially a tower that I don't like. Wonder Twins activate. I'm going to activate the form of a blizzard in the form of rain. Also, on top of that, what if, and keep with me, what if we get the whole Justice League of people who don't fuck with this thing?
Wouldn't that be the League of Evil or whatever it's called?
I don't know. They they probably don't even see themselves as the League of Evil.
I mean, I don't know. Trying to flood a city and cause blizzards, that seems pretty evil. They should know that.
We remember how we had the conversation. You were like, "Gods don't see how the same way we see things."
Well, yeah.
And if we're dealing with enemy Scion Titan sort of hybrid situation, they probably don't see themselves as the bad guys, but see themselves as the hero in their own story.
I mean, that's kind of the things though that like make Titans Titans though. Like they they don't have that like connection to humanity. They're just out there to fuck shit up, from my understanding.
Yeah, in the
I don't know.
last
We
few,
really don't do Scions in my family. Or we don't really do Titans in my family. It's a weird concept to them.
yeah, I well, at this point, I mean, doesn't seem like any of this is the beneficial of humanity. This seems more of a fuck you guys. Can't believe we got this human running around doing this thing.
You both get a text
Ooh,
from Rachel.
oh,
Hey, new friends. Quick question. Do vampires exist?
Yes, and why?
Um, there are some floating people outside me and Yuri's room. So we're hiding under our beds just to be safe. Okay, thank you.
Is it still blizzarding?
Yes.
For the record, floating does not equal vampire.
Okay, well, we're gonna stay under our bed just in case.
Okay, yeah. I mean, whatever. Is just don't let them in. Even if they're not vampires, they're probably have manners or something. I don't know.
floating
Okay, yeah,
vampires.
we're just gonna be safe tonight.
So we'll take up this discussion about the Legion of Doom after we deal with this new crap of bullshit.
Oh, cool. Go. Floating vampires. Another thing I didn't think I had to deal with. In, I didn't even get on the island. You know what? Never mind. We just got to go.
All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get in touch with Billy and see what they're up to. And so yeah, we're gonna shoot off a quick message to Billy to try to meet up with them before heading out to the island.
Okay. Uh, Billy sends you a ambiguous text implying that she will make her way there.
All right, yeah. Okay. So we'll go to, I guess where they're going into to try to kind of meet up. Unless you have any better ideas, Nolan.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see something. Let me see something. Normally, I don't call on them, so this is going to be awkward for the both of us. He is going to contact the cult that he was given.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Hey guys, listen. I know a few of you probably have dealt with this, seeing as who you guys run around with. I need help dealing with a floating vampire problem. Meet me at the base, dressed and ready to fight vampires.
Yeah. And you know, once you send off that message, they're going to, no matter what they're doing, if they're asleep, they're going to be out and they're going to be on the island as soon as possible, even if they have to row there themselves.
Yep. Okay. And he's just gonna, no, just meet me at the base. I can get you there. Just meet me at the base.
Oh,
Don't
okay, yeah.
do any weird extra stuff.
They're
That's
going
it.
to the base.
Okay. Floaty. All right. I just got to preface this because I haven't really taken you around them. Oh, how should I preface this? All right. Our full range of like very emotionally fragile variations of different mercs, military, and everything in between.
Okay.
Okay. Like for some reason, I ended up with like patching up and putting back together a bunch of the most, uh, let's just say, uh, very, again, mostly fragile, but great at combat, very violent gay warriors. So that has kind of been my whole. Yes, I know I haven't gone through like the whole what am I in charge of, but I'm kind of in charge of that.
Do you think like maybe being around some more disciplined warriors might help them out? Like,
No, okay. They are technically the disciplined warriors, but like due to everything else in society has kind of
I meant,
made them.
I meant like focused and mentally like centered and grounded and
No, they're the ones that like they end up at the bathhouse completely messed up somehow in society, and it's kind of been my job to like put them back together in different form and fashions. All of them have a thing that I normally have to fix, and then they usually don't leave after it's fixed.
okay.
I, I've
All
been
right.
trying to. You'll see. You'll see when we get there, and I'm telling you, you're just gonna be like, "Wow, that how did that happen?"
So should I call the temple people to have them come too then?
Uh, look at it there fighting.
That's You know that the you've heard of the Shaolin Monastery, right?
That's them.
That I mean, they're not. Well, okay, so Timon is actually from his study there, but most of them aren't actually from there. But it's the same kind of the thing, like you
Huh.
know.
I thought they were like the love peace, Harry sort of monks.
I don't know. It's for a mental focus, and uh, but things happen.
You know what? You know what? Just call on them. You know
Right.
what? Just bring everyone over just in case, because floating vampires always mean some other bullshit attached to it. So you know
Hmm.
what? More the merrier.
I'll make sure they bring the staves and long swords. I never remember what they called. The with the staves with the swords on the end, despite the yeah.
Oh, halberds, halberds, pole
No, well,
arms.
I guess we can call them halberds. They're more
Slaves? I think I know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
I think they're called something else in that training than the the European like middle age weaponry,
oh,
but
oh,
same concept. Yeah, same kind of thing.
gotcha.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Hmm. So you make your way down, and Bodhi, you watch as you leave the elevator and Nolan passes out.
Oh,
Nolan, you awake in what you would assume your consciousness to be some some variation of Mount Olympus. And there is a voice behind you that calls out to you. But instead of calling your name, the voice says, "Boy, turn around."
and I have to start calling him. So, and he does turn around.
And behind you is the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Actually, you've seen this one before, although last time you saw her, she didn't even acknowledge your existence.
Right.
But now she is. She looks directly at you and says, "I knew his son could not follow basic directions. I told you not to mess with her, and you did it anyway. I don't think you understand what series of events you've begun, but it's too late now. So, rather than doing this slowly, I am offering you this right now. Do you want to become the god of war?" And that's where we'll end tonight. Yeah, it's 9:51. I feel like that's a sufficiently like
Yeah.
anxiety producing place to end. Thank you all for playing today. We were able to unravel much. We were able to solve the deal. We learned a little bit more about Doug. Rachel is Racheling and also attracting all the chaos. So yeah, I think let us end off with Nolan. Please let us know who you are, pronouns, who you're playing, and what's going through Nolan's mind currently as he stares down Aphrodite, his secret supporter for so many years.
Right. Hi, I'm Crow. I played Nolan. You can find me at BS Slate um, TV on Twitter and also on Twitch. Uh, Crow, he it. In Nolan's mind, Nolan is there was like 15 different things, and one what? Also, how are you blaming me for this? This isn't even fully my fault. Like I was ambushed in this situation with a blizzard. Um,
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
multiple things, and also how we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It's a cacophony of like confusion.
Yeah, no. Uh,
Also, Bodhi. This is Bodhi's fault. I don't know how, but this is definitely Bodhi's fault.
Speaking of which, Bodhi, please tell everybody who you are, pronouns, who you're playing, and what's going through Bodhi's mind as he watches his friend pass out on the way to fight floating vampires.
I am Zachary Naldret, he, him. I can be found on various places on the interwebs at Zach Rules, like it says right about here. If I'm good at pointing, I'm not good at pointing, so it's somewhere in that general vicinity. If it is not me and it is someone else, it's probably Zach Ruiz. He got there first. I was slacking, and then yeah. If I'm not, if it's you can try Zach Rolls Dice. If it's not that, then I'm not on that platform. I am a occasional freelance and community content TTRPG writer. Scion God comes out Wednesday, so if you want to get something that I wrote on and that you can get in print and have it in your hands, that is going to be your first opportunity. Bodhi um, is unaware of the step parent visit apparently that Nolan is having, and it is um, suspicious of some things going on. Uh, but apparently there's floating, might be vampires that has to be dealt with.
Possibly vampires, yeah.
Possibly vampires. Could be something else. We don't know. Other things float. As long as we don't all float down here, we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be good. No. And I think that is it. Thank you all for joining us on this third episode of Scion the Tower. The tower has been paused in its building, but something tells me the chaos will continue. Once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.